Denver 7 Now is sponsored by Ferguson and BAC Appliance Center, the best in bath, kitchen, and lighting for your home.
I'm Shannon Ogden with the latest from Denver 7. Now, we promise we're in for a beautiful weekend, but first, we have to get through one more stormy night. Meteorologist Stacey Donaldson is tracking that for us tonight. Stacey?
Absolutely. We've had strong thunderstorms for the afternoon and evening here across the Front Range. Severe thunderstorm watch in effect until 10 o'clock tonight. Also high fire danger for northwest Colorado until 8 o'clock tonight. So a lot going on across the state. These storms will continue to push eastward and die down in their intensity as dry air moves into the Front Range here over the next few days. So that's great for the weekend. Highs in the low to mid 90s. It'll be hot and dry for Saturday and Sunday. And then our weather pattern changes into next week. We'll be in the low to mid 80s here from Monday through Friday. Overnight lows in the 50s, and our best day here, 80 degrees on Wednesday afternoon with partly cloudy skies.
All right. Thank you, Stacey. The Douglas County School District has come up with a lot of ways to improve security since the STEM school shooting, but arming teachers isn't one of them. So when it came to light that a charter school has already given certain staffers permission to pack heat, things got messy. Here's Denver 7's Megan Lopez.
It's almost the start of another school year at Ascent Classical Academy, a charter school tucked into this University of Phoenix building. Along with new classes and students, there's also a new security protocol.
This is the first school year where we've actually implemented the program and have armed staff in the school.
It's something the school has been considering for about a year, done in the name of safety.
It's a lot of training that our staff go through.
A change parents like Rachel Graham support.
Makes me feel confident dropping off my kids at school and being able to walk away and know that somebody's there that's trained, well trained.
But during a recent school safety committee hearing, the district spoke out against that idea.
We will fight tooth and nail if any school, whether it's a neighborhood school or a charter school, decides to arm its teachers. If it's a charter school, we're going to ask that they leave the Douglas County School District.
Last week, the district did just that, asking the school to leave. Now they're working out the details for how to transfer the school to the state. For the Ascent Academy's executive director, Derek Schuler,
we just realized that we were in different places in how we approached this.
He stands by the decision to train and arm some staff, saying a school resource officer is too expensive.
These are just not options that are affordable to us as smaller schools.
As for Rachel and her kids, they're ready for a new school year, with or without the district.
They're absolutely excited. They've got a lot of friends going over there with them.
And we asked Douglas County Schools for an interview or statement about the school being asked to leave the district, but we were turned down. Now, as for the students, the school says they likely won't notice a difference in class. Wildlife officials believe there may be 3 more mountain lions living in the area of this week's attack in Bailey. Now, this photo you saw a second ago was captured Wednesday on a trail camera in the Berlin Ranchettes subdivision. That's the community where an 8-year-old boy was bitten and seriously hurt. 2 mountain lions have already been put down, both adults weighing 65 pounds or so. And we're still waiting for test results to see which one of those 2 is the one that attacked that little boy. And tonight we know the bear that attacked a restaurant manager in Aspen was about a 400-pounder. Parks and Wildlife says it tracked it this week and put it down after confirming it was the same one. And since June, CPW says it has received between 5 and 20 calls per day related to bear encounters. Well, a call to reinstate a fracking ban in Longmont will move forward in the courts. A judge granted that motion today. So voters had approved the ban in 2012, only for it to be thrown out as it moved through the legal system. Activists say the passage of new oil and gas laws give local governments the power they need to bring the ban back.
More doctors smoke Camels than any other cigarette. Why not change to Camels for the next 30 days? And see what a difference it makes in your smoking enjoyment.
Wow. Well, just as smoking was once sold as perfectly healthy, e-cigarette companies have managed to convince the masses that they are a safer alternative to tobacco. And the truth of the matter is, the trend's just too new for any of us to know what dangers it may hold. Dangers like the patient from Colorado sick enough to be in the hospital, or the 3 more suspected cases Colorado is investigating tonight. Well, tonight, Contact 7's David Clue walks us through a day in the life for the doctors treating our newest epidemic.
One set of numbers is already out there, and that's the staggering rate by which teens and young adults are taking up vaping. It has been, as a replacement for tobacco, the perfect moneymaker. However, when it comes to health, researchers will tell you these are following the same trajectory as tobacco just 60 years later.
You can do more of it, you can do it faster, pure. It's basically cigarettes on steroids.
18-year-old Chance Amarada ended up in the emergency room after he says he felt pain in his chest.
It was almost as if I was having a heart attack.
Turns out his lung had collapsed. His doctors are blaming a vaping habit he started about a year and a half ago.
I didn't think vaping could have that effect on my lungs.
E-cigarettes and vaping have literally taken over tobacco with teens. Record numbers are entering that vapor cloud every day, and doctors like Stephen Thornton are now sounding the alarm.
It's a wild, wild west out there. We've seen individuals who've had seizures after starting vaping where in the end there's no other explanation besides the starting vaping.
And it's not just happening here in Colorado. As of today, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention has recorded nearly 160 cases of severe lung disease nationwide.
We're seeing all these weird things that we don't normally see with cigarette smoke because of the concentration and the ability to deliver it very, very potently.
Because e-cigarettes hit the market so fast, there was no time for research to measure the impacts on the body. That is quickly changing. Dr. Matthias Salaith and his team are among dozens of researchers opening eyes with artificial lungs, vaping robots that are exhaling some truths about what's going into millions of human lungs.
We see inflammation that is similar to tobacco cigarettes, and we see the inability of these cells now to clear mucus.
The machines can test any e-cigarette by simply pulling the vapor from the vaping device and exposing it to donated human cells.
I am worried that people inhale this, and in 10, 20, 30 years, we're going to recognize in humans that we're sort of recreated the problem that we've seen with tobacco. And that is disappointing.
Adding to that disappointment, these damaging impacts are measured even before the introduction of flavors, more cooked chemicals entering those lungs.
It really is a situation where many times you don't know what's going to happen until it happens.
And that could be the scariest prospect of all. You see, most of those doing research on e-cigarettes today anticipate they'll see the same health impacts as they saw with tobacco just decades sooner. I'm David Clue, Denver 7.
Sobering report there. And this has been your Denver 7 On Demand update. Thanks for checking us out. We'll have another one later for you tonight. Also, download the Denver 7 app for breaking news and alerts. I'm Shannon Up.